A well-observed silence. Wales break to our right in their all-white strip tonight. Latvia in maroon colour shirts, black shorts, black socks. Bottom of the group, Wales currently standing fourth. 3 points of drift of Armenia, who lost in Croatia tonight. Croatia go top ahead of Turkey. So after the June jitters, Wales really need to bounce back in some style tonight. A game so important for their qualification hopes and the future of Rob Page, the manager too. We are underway here on a cool evening in Latvia. Certainly cooler than it was a couple of hours ago in this city in the Baltics. Latvia already charged forward with their captain Tobes, but Connor Roberts, his 50th cap, first thing he does is win a free kick, and they're setting up Nathan Blake much as we expected, Wales.
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. Good evening all. 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, 2 holding midfielders, and 3 up top with Aaron Ramsey just slightly deeper. So yeah, as we expected, Rob, just need to settle down into this game and try and get some football patterns going, some passing patterns going as quickly as possible.
Pick on by Nico Williams. Captain Aaron Ramsey couldn't reach it. Good ball forward, but Wales have men there, and Ampadu strides out of a defensive zone, fires it forward for Brennan Johnson. Johnson's in behind the defence. Can he score? No, he's put a left-footed shot wide. Broke into the penalty area inside left position and scooped it wide of the near post. What a chance, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, first minute or two, Rob, excellent chance. Really good play by Wales. Break-up play, good tackle in the final third, and then Ethan Ampadu travels with the ball and slips a lovely pass in behind the Latvian defence. Brennan Johnson runs onto it. It's on his left foot. Decides to take it quite early, but puts it high and wide past the keeper's near post. Really need to go low and across the keeper there with his left foot.
But good start. Yeah, Jordan James tries to get Connor Roberts away down that right-hand side. Latvia get the ball out of defence until it's hammered forward, and it was such a big kick by Chris Mepham. Took a deflection on the way, and Wales have their first corner. Remember, they only won in Cardiff in the opening game, the second game of this group, because of a Kiefer Moore goal. No Kiefer Moore tonight. He's suspended. So is Joe Morrell. Corner from the right-hand side. Floated in, Ampadu header, puts it high and wide.
Again, it's a good chance, Rob. No, it's a good chance when you see a player's reaction. He headers it and then kicks the post in anger. It just got underneath that. Yeah, it's just hit him on the top of the head. He's tried to direct it towards goal. He's turned his head. It's not hit his forehead, it's hit the top of his head and gone high over the bar.
You're listening to European qualification action in Group D here on BBC Radio L Sport and 5 Sport Extra. It's Latvia against Wales. Earlier on, Armenia lost 1-0 at home to Croatia, who go to the top of the group as the ball is chipped over the Wales defence. Ward didn't know whether stick or twist. In the end, he twisted. Missed kick on the edge of the penalty area, and Connor Roberts should clear the ball away. He's taken late though by Ikanieks. The referee is Mikhail Ochenas of Slovakia, and the VAR official, so important these days, Alejandro Di Paolo of Italy. It's 0-0. We've played nearly 4 minutes in a raucous atmosphere in Riga, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, I love these little stadiums, Rob. Fans right on top of you, Latvian fans all clapping and singing in unison. Welsh fans yet to get going, although I can't hear them to my left. They are singing. Really good atmosphere.
First thing they want to do is quieten the crowd. Head tennis being played in the Latvia half. Little nudge that time by Mepham. No need for that on halfway. Spotted by the referee.
I think it was Connor Roberts. He just made an arch. He didn't jump. He turned his back and just made an arch. Rob just bent over. Latvian player went up in the air for the ball and just took a ride on his back. It's one of them dangerous plays.
Yeah, that was Raymond Krollis. Plays his football in Spezia in Italy. Former teammate there of Ethan Ampadu, of course. Now ensconced at Ellen Road, Leeds. As the ball is put out by Mepham for a throw into Latvia, playing from left to right. Deep in Wales half. Now it's back in the Latvian half. It's going all the way back to their goalkeeper, Robert Odzols, who's been recalled tonight for his 16th cap. He's replaced Nils Thomas Purins, who had 5 put past him on Friday night. Header forward by Nico Williams. Aaron Ramsey, little back heel just to keep control of the ball. He's caught late, Ramsey, and he stayed down, which is a worry for Wales. Slovakia are 3 up against Liechtenstein, and they played 7 minutes.
That's not good, Rob.
Unless you're Slovakian, of course.
Yeah, could do the same here. Could do with the same here.
Ramsey's okay. Ampadu flights the ball out to the right hand side to Connor Roberts, hogging that far touchline. Back to Mepham, goes back to Danny Wood, who made his first appearance of the season last Thursday against South Korea. Goalless draw. Look pretty sharp as well. James has it now. Jordan James of Birmingham, wide to Roberts. Roberts 15 yards inside the Latvia half. Back to James. Sees Davis free on the edge of the centre circle, left side. Davis was set upon quickly then by Alvis Janssens. Plays his football in Poland. Wales have taken the throw in quickly. It's with Roden, who's the central of the 3 centre-backs. Davis now chips it down the left-hand side. Ramsey leaves it to Nico Williams. Williams heads towards the byline, cuts back onto his right foot, slides it in low, finds Brennan Johnson, sharp a handball back onto Ramsey. Ramsey leaves it to Williams, right-hand side again. Williams shows it to the marker, gives it to Ramsey, may think about shooting. Good ball into Wilson. Wilson trying to set up Johnson, been a little bit too intricate in a close space, and Latvia have got the ball away.
Yeah, Wales reluctant to put the ball in, Rob, because they don't have that Kiefer Moore, that powerhouse in the air. It's those situations around the box where if they put the ball in on a Kiefer Moore, he tends to win it, but they know it's got to be intricate. It's got to be in the feet and balls around the corner.
Savalnieks takes the throw. Back to Chemorodzic, almost caught by Brennan Johnson. He is rapid, Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, he took a slip just as he went to plant his foot to push off. Just slipped.
Pitch looks okay, you have to say.
Yeah, it looks lovely. It's in good nick.
0-0. Tobers comes short for the throw. He's shooed away. It's down this near side. The Wales left. Picked up by Williams. Williams drives forward. He's got 3 inside him. Johnson back to Ramsey. Williams has continued. Oh, lovely little play by Ramsey to shrug off a defender. Then he chips it across field. Gets a round of applause for that.
That was a lovely play, wasn't it? Sufficient chips.
He did then, and Johnson tried to curl a first-time ball out to Harry Wilson down the Wales right, but the Fulham player couldn't control, and it's goalless here on Radio World Sport and 5 Sport Extra.
He just one step ahead with his brain there, Rob. He knows what the defender's thinking he's going to do, so he does something completely opposite, and we've got a corner out of that.
Wales have forced another corner. That's all about pressure. And Rob Page, in his 37th game at the helm, will want to make the most of the early pressure that Wales have had. It's been all Wales in the opening 9 minutes. Wilson, with the bleached blonde hair, takes this corner from the right hand side. All Wales would love to get an early goal just to calm the nerves. James is on the edge of the penalty area. The big men are inside. It's curled over, header towards goal, and then it's pushed over. It was a second header and it's pushed over the top.
It was Davis,
Ben
wasn't it?
Davis.
Yeah.
Headed back by Mepham. Davis over the top. Wales corner, left-hand side.
It's a good corner though, Rob. New keeper, put pressure on him. Right across the 6-yard box, didn't want to come for that.
Ramsey takes the corner on the opposite side. Williams picks up a loose ball on this near side. Near the corner flag. Ramsey goes deeper. Curls in a cross. Headed out of the Latvia penalty area. Mepham goes across that far side. Hoisted forward to the run of Ciganic. Wales have held them up now. Toba's the captain, wearing the bright lime green armband. Sabalnik's inside to Emsis, who plays in Albania. And it'll be a Wales throw.
That's good pressure by Wales again. Now Ramsey, Brennan Johnson and Ampadu all involved there. Left Savanikis with no options at all. Really good pressure. Now they've got the ball back.
We'll go to Ian Walsh, the next breaking play. Former Wales striker watching this game with us. It's 0-0 on 5 Sport Extra and BBC Radio Wales, your home of Welsh football. Davis, vastly experienced defender for Wales. Ampadu, short ball into James, gets it back as the Bournemouth defender, has Roberts hogging that far touch line. Roberts swung it over, left-footed, does find Williams, wasn't sure it had the legs to get there. Williams fancies a run, still going down the left-hand side, but a good challenge by Jean Zems. It's going to be a good battle, that one, Latham, I think.
Yeah, it is, Rob. Great switch of play by Conor Roberts.
Ampadu, low to Brennan Johnson, runs into traffic. Oh, but wriggles away towards the penalty area. Curls a right-footed drive, high over past the left-hand post this time. That one much more awkward. Ian Walsh, what have you made of the start so far?
We should be at least 2-0 up by now, and I think the fluency of the play is good. I think my only concern is whether the boys have got their shooting boots on. They're creating so many chances. I don't think Latvia will offer us any problems whatsoever. So if we can get a first goal, I think we can get a hatful. But my only concern is whether we've got our shooting boots on, because the finishes at the moment have been dreadful.
Former Wales striker Ian Walsh here on BBC Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra. What I would say is that Latvia are pretty good at scoring in front of their own fans, scored in each of the last 7 games.
They're very narrow though, Rob. Latvia. So narrow it's allowing the wing backs to get up and get high and get forward for Wales.
Ampadu heads it down to Ramsey, flick around the corner on the edge of the box, headed out. Davis is picking up the loose ball. Williams seeing plenty of possession down this left hand side, back inside to Ben Davis, inside left, fires it out to Ramsey. Ramsey back to Nico Williams. Williams takes a run into the penalty area just as it nicked off him as he broke into the box. Latvia come away with it with Ems, but Ramsey just forces himself in front, lays it back to Danny Ward. 0-0.
Yeah, again, I think Nico Williams looked, he shaped as if he was going to cross that, wanted to cross it. I would say just put the ball in the box, you never know. And Brennan Johnson makes some great runs across defenders, and those defenders be nervous after a big 5-0 defeat.
60% possession to Wales so far, no goals to show for it. Have created chances. Roberts is the outlet right hand side. Wilson up ahead, goes short though to James fires it left to Williams on the corner of the penalty area. Nico Williams now plays it back inside to Ampadu. Ampadu thought about shooting, kills it to Wilson, he does shoot, takes a deflection, dribbles, and it's easy for Ozols to collect.
Yeah, good play again though, wasn't it? That time they did open them up. Ethan Ampadu sees the ball in midfield, shapes the shoot and just slots a little ball into the feet. Really good play. Just took a deflection off the shot. Just took the sting off it, but Good play.
There's a Latvian mascot in front of us. I think he's the Wolf. They're called the Wolves, amongst other things. And he's getting the crowd singing around us. Heck of a disco beforehand, though, Nathan Blake.
Some tunes bumping,
groovy
Rob.
tunes.
Some tunes bumping. We had some
Hashtag
Robin Thicke and
tunes.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was.
It's been a lovely place. It's been a great visit, hasn't it? Lovely people. Great atmosphere at this game.
Yeah. Davis for Wales, playing from right to left, all in white. Williams holds it up under pressure. Goes back though to Ward, who's well outside his penalty area. And you just wonder if they can get one, whether that would open the floodgates. Well, they won't like that with Williams losing his feet and possession on the touchline. Throw in to Latvia, who are 134th in the world in the FIFA rankings. Wales 35th. Ramsey, little header inside, but Toba's got there to punt it over the head of Ben Davis, who waits for the nudge of Raymond Krollis, who's a bit of a burly character, and wins the free kick, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, front two are decent size, isn't they?
They are. Only 6 of these starters actually started in the game in March, which, as I said, was settled by Kiefer Moore's goal. That came just after Wales's smash and grab raid in Croatia. Williams goes to ground, no foul though. But a good tackle by Roden, who's also playing his football at Leeds United now. Roberts has to get a bit of a jog on to get the ball forward.
Yeah, and Eagles complaining he's actually stepped across the defender. That's why the referee's not giving him that decision. He's looking at the linesman, but he stepped across, trying to put his body weight in there and come off worse.
Ben Davis, his 80th cap tonight. It's 0-0. Wilson, dribbles past too well, tried to go past a second, got hauled down pretty unceremoniously. Referee, I'm sure, is thinking about a yellow, but
Hold down was being kind, Rob.
yeah,
Taken out, I
got
think.
away with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Williams moves inside smoothly after receiving the ball. Ampadu has 2 runners on the right hand side. One of them is Connor Roberts. Lets the ball bounce out to that right touchline. Gets support from Jordan James. Wilson is short. James finds Johnson. Johnson in the penalty area. Squeezes the ball across. Nico Williams back across the 6-yard box. Punted away though by
Maybe an offside
Chamogic.
there, Rob.
Yeah, maybe an offside.
Good play again, though. Anytime we can get the ball into the box, into players' feet, especially the likes of Brennan Johnson, so quick in that first 5-6 yards. Didn't expect him to get that crossing. Really tight. He's so sharp with the ball at his feet. Like you say, Wales with this pressure, they just need to get themselves a goal. If they can do that, I believe they'll go on and get 2, perhaps 3, even 4. But
The referee,
he's booking them.
as is their want these days, is telling the goalkeeper not to muck about goal kicks. First warning.
That's not a good sign, is it, if you're at home when it's you've just been brought in, you've changed the keeper.
Yeah. Inside the first 19 minutes gets the warning. Portugal 2 up on Luxembourg. Another Wales player down on that far side now. This time it's the Krynant Cafu. who is Connor Roberts, brought up in the village of Crynant near Neath. His 50th cap tonight. Throw-in taken. Mepham nips across there. Roberts has been trying to shepherd the ball back to his own byline, and he does. Gets knocked over for his pains, but his complaints fall on deaf ears of the referee, and it's still 0-0, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, do you know what I'd like to see when they do have goal kicks? I'd like to see Wales step up a bit higher and just almost go man for man. Put the press on them right from the get-go. I don't think this Latvian defence is good enough to play out like that. We kind of let them out there.
Ward was going to take the goal kick short. Now he goes longer. When he takes it, and now he goes short to Davis. This time Mepham is free on the right. The third time Wales have met Latvia. Talked about the game in Cardiff, and their only other visit here was in 2004 when they won 2-0. John Hartson and the player we talked about before the game, Craig Bellamy, now the assistant of Vincent Kompany at Burnley with the goals. Oh, how Rob Page would love a 2-0 here. But they proved tough nuts to crack at home. Long ball forward, won by Mepham. Jordan James picks it up. This time Tobers takes him out. Crowd aren't happy. Jordan James did himself a power of good, didn't he, Nathan, against Korea on Thursday? His first start.
Just smooth, wasn't he? He's done everything. Got it, give it. Not going to get a free kick for that.
Well, Wilson slipped then.
Yeah.
He's trying to win it back now. And it's a bit scrappy at the moment, and Wales have lost a bit of momentum, you have to say.
Yeah, they've lost a bit of their rhythm, Rob.
Yeah.
That's why it's important that when you get those opportunities, you take them.
And they want to keep the pace high, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And the last thing this Latvian team want is to be defending and conceding so much possession opportunities. I'm going to say, if Wales get one, then I do believe heads will go down from the Latvian team, and it'll be a fairly easy night for Wales. But the longer it goes, the more difficult it becomes.
Long throw by Connor Roberts really didn't work then. Infield to Davis. And this is Savalniks down the right hand side, curls in across, deflected though off Ben Davis. Ramsey picks it up. Again, another good touch.
Bottom of the studs.
Williams out ball to Ampadu. Wilson is on the centre circle, helps it right to Roberts, striding forward into the Latvia half. He's midway inside the half now. Johnson comes out of that far side, brings the defender with him. Low cross into the box, deflected away. Johnson wins it back. Roberts, I thought was going to get that on the edge of the box. Mepham stops the ball going forward though. Heads down to James. Ampadu picks it up. 15 yards inside the Latvia half. Wales playing right to left, all in white. Now Williams again. Always thinks about cutting inside. Ampadu now. They are very tight at the back, Latvia. They are
very narrow. Very
narrow, yeah. Connor Roberts floats in the cross, easily headed out. That's done by Chinamojic. And it's back in the Wales half with Mepham. Wilson wanted it, fires it back to Joe Roden. Not sure he was expecting it. He's got time to turn and find his Leeds club mate Ethan Ampadu.
Yeah, they've got so much pressure, Rob. Wales just looking, they need an extra man in the box at times, not every time, but they're sitting there. You've got JJ and Ampadu sitting there. I'd just like to see one of them break even towards the edge of the box, just for a cut back or something like that. But at the moment there's only ever one or two men in the box. They're just going to have to take that chance, because this Latvian defence side isn't good enough to counter-attack them at the moment. It's all Wales.
Yeah, this is Williams. Johnson was stopped in his tracks there as he tried a little trick 20 yards from the penalty area. Ramsey and Williams trying to combine for an opening down the left-hand side into Ampadu. Now Davis. Davis thinks about crossing, but goes wide to Williams again. Williams. Davis on the overlap. Williams crosses right-footed in. Header, and the goalkeeper saves. And what a 50th cap that would have been if Connor Roberts had put the header a little bit wider. But a bit of a camera save, I think, from Ozols. He made the most of it, though, and he did the job for Latvia.
Wow, that's a great header, wasn't it? Spoke earlier about him getting in on that fast stick. Made up the extra man and wins the ball. More of the same, please. If Wales can get 3 or 4 men in the box, and they will get goals, get opportunities.
And he's by no means the biggest, Connor Roberts, but he rose well then. It's all about the timing. He does have 3 goals for Wales, including 1 in the European Championship finals. Wales win back possession in their own half. James looks for Johnson, but that's easily cut out. Amadou tries to win it back. It's on this near side with Savalnieks.
It's well played by Roden. Really good positioning.
Savalnieks chips it down the near touch line. Davis comes across. He's beaten to it and it goes up for a throw-in. Ian Walsh. Wales need a breakthrough, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do, and I agree with Blakey. I think it's good that the opposite wing back gets into the box. Wales do need more players in the box in that attacking third, but they're becoming a bit predictable, Wales, in the way they're playing. I think they've just got to quicken the passing up. They've got to move the ball a lot sharper to create the space, because a lot of the play is right in front of the Latvian defence.
Ian Walsh and Nathan Blake, part of our team on BBC Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. Wales on the attack again with Davis. Ramsey now the captain. Up to Johnson. Johnson bundled over. No foul. Back to Ramsey. 15 yards from the penalty area. Sweeps across for Connor Roberts. Keeps it in. Wilson's interested. Wilson tries to hold off his man. Goes to ground. Penalty Wales! Harry Wilson buys the penalty off Kaspars Dubra. He waited for the ball to drop, and Dubra didn't wait, pushed into the back of Harry Wilson, and it's going to be a Wales penalty.
Oh yeah, he's got his I was thinking, did Harry buy that? He just turns his back, protects the ball, and Dubra just comes straight in the back of him, elbow and body. Yeah, if it's outside the box, you're going to give a free kick, so it's a penalty all day.
And the captain is going to step up and take responsibility. Aaron Ramsey with this penalty to put Wales ahead. He scored against Belarus in the World Cup. He's got plenty of booze. He's got 20 goals for his country, but this could be a really important one. Composes himself a few yards from the ball. Robert Ozils stationary on his line. Referee checking, nobody is encroaching. Take your time, ref, we've got all night. Now he'll give Aaron Ramsey the go ahead. The Wales captain hits it right footed and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Rambo rattles it in Riga, and it's Latvia 0, Wales 1, and Rob Page will lead the celebrations.
Rambo draws first blood, Rob. Absolutely. Just sent the keeper the wrong way. Keeper was diving to his left. Rambo, cool as you like, just slots it to his right. Never in doubt. Fantastic finish. 1-0.
That was one cool penalty, Ian Walsh.
Yeah, it was. It was a terrible decision by the defender to go in and challenge for the ball. But Rambo, under pressure, what pressure?
Yeah, he's 6th in the Wales all-time scoring list. He moves up to 21, just one behind Dean Saunders, and he'll be really proud of that. And Rob Page will be a slightly more relieved man now, and the Red Wall give voice to their delight.
Now this is what Walsh was talking about before the game. Get after him. You've got your goal. Go and put the pressure on him all over the park. Don't relax. Don't give him any opportunities. Don't bring the crowd into it. Put him on the back foot again. Pick the tempo up.
And it was so cool. I've seen him do a Panenka, of course. He has done that for Wales in the stadium where the Panenka originated.
To be fair, Rob, I've never seen the keeper dive so early. Yeah. The keeper was laying down, he was still running up to the ball. He was obviously nervous. Well, and this is what we were talking about, the 5-0 drumming. The keeper gets replaced. He's going to be nervous tonight, of course.
Well, what I like is that Ramsey immediately took possession of the ball and said, this is mine, I'm the captain, I'm the leader.
Rob.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been there, done it, in the biggest of games.
So it's 1-0 Wales on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. And now they have to defend a free kick which is midway inside their own half. It's going to be floated out to the left-hand side, and it's successfully watched out by Chris Mepham. And you can just sense with Aaron Ramsey, I've been saying it all season, he is so happy to be back at his first club, Cardiff City, back with his family.
I'd like to see him there 2 years ago, Rob, as you know.
Yeah. And they laughed at you, Nathan.
Yeah, they did laugh at me, Rob. They did laugh at me. But hey, people have laughed at me before. It is what it is. Now we're seeing the best of him again. He's fit, he's playing, he's happy, he's home. And he's just notched a really important penalty for Wales.
And he's even looking forward to the school run with 3 screaming boys in the car.
Yeah,
he must be happy.
Yeah, great times, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you remember those times?
Well, I was driving a black and white car then, before you say it. Here's Wilson, who won the penalty. Floats it out to Williams. That's a lovely ball. Ramsey is there again, just outside the penalty area. Squeezes it into the middle. Can't find a white shirt. Williams follows up. Ricochets off him, such is the force of the tackle. And the crestfallen Ozils, who was beaten easily by the penalty spot, he was lying down as the ball went past.
Good play again though, Rob.
Yeah.
Ramsey, great little run in behind, and that cut back I was speaking about. Oh, Harry Wilson's come from the right to the left trying to pick it up, but he can get another midfielder in there at times. Nice and disciplined. Don't go OTT, but when you see him breaking, I think Ethan Ampadu can say to JJ, or JJ can say to Ampadu, probably the other way around, because Ethan's the most senior player. Just go on, give yourself 5-10 yards in front. You can run onto something. Just push him forward a little. I think the results of late have just, they're just trying to be over solid right now against a team that's got no confidence really.
Well, I think the absence of Kiefer Moore as well. We've had this debate plenty of times. He does make a difference when he's on.
Oh, he'd relish today.
Yeah, he would have. That's floated forward by James on the turn. Wilson gives chase. He's just going to be beaten to it.
Yeah, it's good though, Rob. Puts pressure on him.
Dubra, yeah.
Falls at the right end of the pitch.
Those have got the ball again, right hand side, cross into the middle. Comes to Nico Williams. Sides up a right footed curler and curls it 5 yards wide from 15 yards. Left edge of the penalty area.
Just hit the target, Rob. The keeper's nowhere near anything. He looks really, really nervous. Doesn't look the biggest. Just hit the target there. Great opportunity again. But again, ball's coming in from the wide, from one flank to the other. The 2 full-backs are getting plenty of joy. Just need to get another goal now. Really kill this team off. And I think they'll go on, like I said, and get 3 and 4.
Well, on the bench tonight for Wales, David Brooks, Tom Bradshaw, Nathan Broadhead, who scored, of course, in Croatia, Rabbi Matondo.
I'd like to see him
Liam
come on,
Cullen.
Rob. Matondo. He's been doing all right at Rangers of late. Against that sort of pace he's got. Oh.
Savagniak's lost control then. Nico Williams stole in.
To be fair, I think Wales can really isolate Savalnieks. Can get Nico Williams with him more one-on-one. Towards latter part of this game, he will tire.
Wasn't the best throw-in by Williams, but James stabs a foot in. So does Roden, who really looks much more confident now he's playing. That's a lovely touch by Ramsey in midfield. Takes it away from his marker. Goes wide to Johnson. Johnson edge of the penalty area. Cuts inside. Puts it wide. Left-footed again. Past the post. And Wales really should be 3 or 4 up now, Nathan Blake.
Oh, Rob, do it justice. That's what we'll be shouting in training. An absolute fantastic Cruyff turn on the volley from Ramsey. In the middle of the pitch, travels with the ball, lays a lovely ball into Brennan Johnson, cuts inside, and then tries to drag it back across the keeper near post and puts it wide. Just hasn't got his shooting boots on at the moment. Great opportunity again. Good play by Wales. Good play by Ramsey.
Well, he's been the star of the show so far, Aaron Ramsey. Never mind the goal. Oh, Johnson might have been in there. Wilson may still be. Picks up the loose ball. Harry Wilson fires it straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, Ozils. It's constant pressure now. And Robert Ozils, the Latvian keeper, is a very busy man, but it's still only 1-0 on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. And we played 36 minutes here in Riga.
They look really good though, Wales. I have to say, Rob, they look really good. Just need to get that second goal. Especially from one of these moves they're putting together. If they can get a goal out of that, it'll give them a lot of confidence as well.
This is Ampadu. Wilson has peeled out to the left-hand side, goes square to Ramsey in the centre circle. Davis into Jordan James. James precisely out to Nico Williams on the left side. Leaves it to Ramsey. He wants the ball all the time at the moment, Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, Ampadu controlling things lovely in that central midfield. They look like they're just trying not to get beat.
Ramsey looks at the ball over the top to Williams. This time Savalnieks deals with his isolation. Toba's under pressure from James. Johnson. But the out ball is with Dubra. Plays his football in Lithuania. Latvia, the central of the 3 Baltic states. Good turn by Jordan James. He's brought down, he suffered for that. It's a lovely bit of skill again. And Saganieks. Jordan James is still down. He's sat up now. Andrei Saganiek has moved away from the scene of the crime.
Yeah, it looks like the referee's going to have a word with him. He's not going to book him.
And that was Aaron Ramsey's 100th senior career goal. And he really has been a servant to Wales. No, there's a yellow card for somebody over on the far side.
Might have been on the bench, Rob.
Yeah, I think it was.
On the Welsh bench.
Aaron Ramsey, top 7 all Wales appearances. And when it comes to goals, he's in the top 6 goals scored as well. As Davis makes the ball his in midfield, jumps above his marker. This is Ramsey. Brings in James, looking increasingly confident. Robertson Wilson trying to work an opening down the right hand side. 1-0 Wales. Aaron Ramsey penalty. Ampadu,
really good balls
Davis,
in there, James.
Williams again, left hand side, 10 yards from the byline, heads towards the byline now, left footed cross in, just a Latvian defender got half away, picked up by Wilson, down the right hand side on the corner of the penalty area, left footed ball in, goalkeeper punches, no real pressure, and then Ampadu just pulls Tobers around.
We call it ragdolled, Rob. We call it ragdolled. Tobers tried to back into him, in fairness.
Sorry, it was
Krollis then tried to back into him. Ethan just stood his ground.
We'll bring in Ian Walsh, next break of play.
Some really good balls, real penetrative from Jordan James.
Ben Davis again shepherds the ball out for a break of play. Wales looking confident, Ian Walsh, but still need more goals.
Yeah, they're totally in control. Latvia offering nothing really to the game going forward, and it's just about the goals. If they can get another goal, settle them down. They just need to put the ball in the back of the net. That's the most important thing, and I'm afraid at this moment in time they're not doing that. Some of the finishing has been really poor, but the movement and the fluency of play is excellent.
There was a bit of a mess up on the left side of the Wales defence then, and Nico Williams slipped. Davis didn't get the clearance away. Amadou lofted the ball into our stand, but nowhere near us.
He shanked it, Rob.
I'm sure Nathan Blake would have leapt like a salmon, a la his playing days, to head that ball away if it was coming my way.
No, absolutely, Rob.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I got your back.
In so many ways.
Way back.
Yeah, way back. 1-0 Wales. Robert Savalnieks plays for Latvian side RFS with a throw. Probably the highest they've been in the Wales half. And they've got the possession back. Savalnieks has a chance to cross. Arcing run. Curls in a left-footed cross. Oh, it's headed down! And Ward saves. And he had to be sharp then. Latvia had one chance. Ikalnieks came in from the far side, headed the ball down, and Ward on his knees, I think it hit his knees, and went up for Latvia's first corner.
Yeah, it's a good save, good ball in, left-footed in swinger, right coming around the back, just touched on it in the middle of the goal, perfect for the oncoming attacker.
Home crowd responds. Referee having a word with Tobers and Chunamordic, who are the two tallest players in the Latvian side. They run towards the near post. Ward, he's missed it! And he was really grateful then to see Krollis fire wide. It may have been a whistle actually, but Ward didn't know that when he missed the ball, Nathan.
Yeah, totally missed that. It's those kind of mistakes that can cost you in games, Rob. Just needs to concentrate on that. For me, Ward, yes, the whistle's gone, but he was flapping all over the place.
Well, you don't know much about Riga. It's a lovely city. We've actually spent one less day here than we thought we would because of an adventure with a cancelled flight on Saturday, but had a look around today. 150 parks in the city. We didn't go run all of them, and they claim the first Christmas tree was grown in Latvia.
That is debated, isn't it?
It is.
They claim they got the world's oldest flag, Rob.
Yeah, they do. They do. Documented in 1180, Nathan.
That's correct.
To be precise.
Absolutely. You got it spot on.
Yeah. It's 1-0 here though. But they're not out of this one. It is only one. And Rob Page, more than anybody, will be aware of that.
Oh, unlucky son.
That was unlucky. Krollis was pinned to the corner flag, knocked it against the shins of Joe Roden, and then it ricocheted back and knocked Krollis' shin as it went up for a throw-in. So Wales have a throw-in in their left back position. Ben Davis, if he looks over his right shoulder, we'll see a Swansea fan, the Sack Jacks, Union Jack over London Sea, Bearthai there as well, just outside Pontypridd, Stourbridge. But that's a Latvian flag.
Brilliant atmosphere, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, it is.
Seeing fans mix like this, so often fans get a raw deal. And Wales fans have been impeccable all tournaments, everywhere they go. Real great atmosphere.
Real urgency about Latvia now. Salvaniak's going to take the throw. There are seconds to go in the 45.
Yeah, just buoyed by that chance they got.
They are. The one scare Wales have had, which will underline to them that one is never enough. And a chance here on the edge of the penalty area. James steps in though. Still not cleared by the Wales defence. It's out on the left side of the penalty box. Floated in. And again it goes wide. Uldrichs, I think, glanced the header. And it was Krollis again who came into the far post. Couldn't get a touch. And the ball went wide.
There's a great ball in. Outside the left foot. Got really, really fortunate there, Wales. Nobody able to get a touch on it. As you see, the Latvian commentary next to me went about 10 decibels upwards. Everyone in front of us jumped up, holding their heads. I just don't want to give them any sort of opportunity to get back in the game.
I think I just missed the board going up for 2 minutes. There we are. So what will Rob Page, if it stays at 1-0, Nathan Blake, what will he be thinking?
Put the foot on the pedal even more. As soon as you come out half time, start high tempo. I'll put the press on them. That's what I'd like to see Wales do. At the moment, Wales are keeping good possession or what have you, but not really pressing them because Latvia often give them the ball. But I think if they win it higher up and just keep Latvia pinned in that final third, which they can do.
Oh, Roberts slipped then on the far side. Deft header, which was cut off by Roden. Johnson was on his heels then. He has been a bit on his heels tonight, Brennan Johnson. Moved dart forward by Ikaunieks. Floats the ball into the Wales penalty area. Towering header by Ben Davis, not cleared by the Wales defence. There's a Latvian player down. It's the effervescent Krollis.
Well, Ikaunieks with a real poor effort there, half volley. He's put a lovely ball in just a moment or two ago outside the left foot. Tried a half volley there from about 20 odd yards. Just totally sliced it. Shape was awful.
Krollis, I think, needs some attention. I'm reading on social media that maybe Chris Gunter was booked on the far side.
Chris Gunter?
Which is some achievement since he's not playing, but wow. It does look as if it was Chris Gunter booked.
Okay. Even when he's not playing, he's still picking up yellow cards.
Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. Anyway, there's Krollis is having attention. Ian Walsh, some of what you've seen.
Yeah, good at parts. A little bit worrying that Latvia coming back into the game a little bit later on in this first half. But I think you've just got to be more ruthless, Rob. You know, you've got to kick them while they're down in a footballing sense. Be ruthless in front of goal for the Welshners. They haven't been. Unfortunately, at the moment, Latvia are the same. They've had a great chance with a big striker. Should have scored with a header, and it narrowly went wide. But just keep doing what you're doing, keep creating opportunities, but be ruthless. You've got to score goals.
Yeah, Uldrichs was the man with a header. 7 goals for his country, including 1 against the Republic of Ireland. We're underway again. And Wales will want to see it out now until half-time, unless they can get upfield rapidly, and that is the half-time whistle. Well, Wales have had plenty of chances. Indeed, you would say they've been profligate in front of goal. They've dominated most of that first half, but all they have to show for their efforts is an Aaron Ramsey penalty stroked home with some aplomb to give them a vital advantage as Rob Page heads to the tunnel just to the right of the goal to our right. Latvia came back towards the end of that first half. The warning signs are there, but at half time it's Latvia 0, Wales 1.
You'll hear every Wales game live in the Rugby World Cup. from Radio Wales on BBC Sounds.
It is here at last. It's time to get going. Every Wales game live on this station.
Plus, when you want it, news, views and analysis from the Scrum 5 podcast.
We're in camp, breezy but sunny here.
It is massive, and it's where every rugby player wants to play with the best in the world.
The Rugby World Cup at your fingertips with Radio Wales on BBC Sounds.
Yeah, just 5 days to go and we'll be back at it again with the rugby. Wales against Portugal live on Saturday afternoon here on Radio Wales. But live international football this evening with Wales and this crucial Euro 2024 qualifier in Latvia, where just the coolness of the captain from the spot separates two sides who are almost 100 places apart in the world rankings. But Ian Walsh with me in studio, maybe still a little too close for comfort for those hundreds of Wales fans out there in Riga.
Yeah, very much so. I think that we've just been too nice in front of goal. I think that, you're talking about Rob using the word profligate. I would say rubbish. Keep it nice and simple. You know what I mean? I think you've got to be ruthless. We had so many chances. Ampadu, the pass for Brennan Johnson, fantastic opportunity, misses the target. Johnson again gets into a great position, misses a target. Nico Williams misses the target. A header from Ben Davies and Ampadu missing the target. You can't afford to do that, and this will only give Latvia a little bit of hope. As I said, before the game started, they were smashed a few days ago. Wales really should be in that similar situation of piling on the goals. They're not. They've allowed Latvia to just build slightly in confidence in the last 5-8 minutes of the first half, and all of a sudden they create an opportunity where they should have scored from a header. So yeah, it'll be still nervy moments, but it's all in the players' hands. I think they've got to be more ruthless. I think it's a thing about discipline, determination and belief. And if they lack that, then the possibility at the end of the game the result will be lacking. But I just feel that just another goal will put Latvia to bed. Yeah,
Nathan Blake, the stats tell the tale of Wales' dominance, but also of their wastefulness. 12 shots, 5 on target, 207 passes completed, so they're certainly dominated possession. But do you think they're a bit too nice, as Ian maybe suggests? They're too nice, generally, not streetwise enough?
I don't think it's anything to do with streetwise, it's just poor finishing. It's as simple as that, Ian. You're not nice in front of goal. You're either ruthless or you're not. It's just poor finishing, poor decision making. Brennan Johnson should have gone maybe across the keeper, if he's going to go near post, then go lower. The header, over the bar. Ethan Ampadu just gets up, free header, top of the head. Nico Williams got one this side, tries to bend it, tries to be too precise, put it in the top corner. The keeper's on eggshells. I think that's, everyone can see that. The penalty, like we said, he was laying down before Rambo even kicked the ball. So just hit the target. That's what I'd say. Keep the ball either side of it. It doesn't have to be in the corner, and you'll get goals. But just be a bit more ruthless in front of goal, and don't try and be too precise.
Nia Jones has joined us again. She's with Match of the Day Wales this evening. Nia, what are your thoughts? Talking there about Brennan Johnson having those 3 opportunities.
Yeah. He's
got to start showing, hasn't he, why Spurs have paid £45 million for him, surely?
Yeah, and he'll be frustrated going in at half-time, and I said in commentary, you just feel like it's coming. There was wave after wave of Welsh attack, and they were looking really exciting. There's brilliant variation, off the ball movement from the midfield joining in was awesome, but there comes a time, like Blakey said, you've got to be ruthless in front of goal, and he'll be frustrated now seeing how Latvia finished that first half. For 40 minutes I was loving life. I almost didn't recognise the Welsh team I was watching. Of course the level of opposition is going to play into it, but they had so much time and space, Wales, that there was just brilliant inclusion from Aaron Ramsey. I think he's really showing his class tonight, almost nearing back to his best, and you can tell he's had a positive start for his club. But like you say, Brennan Johnson's had a couple of really good opportunities where maybe for Forest you've seen them nestle in the back of the net, and Nico Williams as well. I think a player of his technical ability should be doing better there as well.
Thanks very much, Nia. Match of the Day Wales tonight then at 10:40 on BBC One and the iPlayer. More to come from Nathan Blake and Ian Walsh, and full second half commentary on the way here on Radio Wales, on BBC Sounds and on 5 Sports Extra. First though, let's get a roundup of the rest of the day's sports news after we get the latest Radio Wales news, weather and travel with Paul Woodham.
This Radio Wales on BBC Sounds or on your smart speaker. Play BBC Radio Wales.
BBC News for Wales. Unions have expressed anger after attempts to rescue the retailer Wilko collapsed. The GMB union says all 400 branches across the UK will close by early October, with more than 12,000 staff likely to be made redundant. Stores in Cardiff, Swansea, Llandudno and Rhyl have been marked for closure this week. These shoppers in Bridgend say they'll miss it there.
There's no shops here anymore. Got all these out-of-town department stores, online bank shopping. Part of the community, it's gone.
You've got older people who haven't got a car. They're lucky if they get a bus into town. They're taking more away from older people all the time.
The mother of a 10-year-old boy from Caerphilly who was killed by an American Bully XL dog has asked why the UK government hasn't acted to ban the breed sooner. The Home Secretary says she's seeking urgent advice on this after an attack on a child in Birmingham this past weekend. Emma Whitfield's son Jackalis was mauled to death at a house in 2021.
I can't sit back and say, oh, maybe it's not the breed anymore, because there are statistics out there that these dogs are responsible for a lot of attacks. I know there's two sides to the argument, but my side is purely based on the fact of what happened to Jack and what has happened to other innocent victims, and that's why I'm going to fight as much as I can.
The Welsh Government doesn't have the powers to ban the breed, but has urged the UK Government to get on with it. A DEFRA spokesman said they take dog attacks and antisocial behaviour very seriously. Survivors of the earthquake that struck Morocco on Friday say aid isn't reaching them quickly enough. Many villages have been cut off by landslides, meaning rescue teams can't get through. Chris Lambert, a British doctor who's in the disaster zone, says there's an urgent need for shelter.
Thankfully, the weather's quite warm at the moment, but it's going to be getting colder in the next few weeks and months, and they have nowhere to live. So I think what the bigger aid organisations can bring is shelter, getting electricity and telephone, wireless, mobile phone communication is going to be crucial so that they can actually communicate with the outside world and say what their needs are.
Public Health Wales are encouraging parents to vaccinate their children against the flu. Last year, it was the main reason why nearly 800 children here between the ages of 2 and 16 were admitted to hospital. Dulcie Thomas from Cardiff says she plans to get her 3 children vaccinated as soon as she can.
As a parent who's been in a situation where I've had no control over my child's health and I've been terrified, I'm being given an opportunity to say, right, if you can do something to either prevent it or limit the damage, here it is. I'm just going to take it.
And the scientist who led the team that cloned Dolly the sheep more than 25 years ago, Professor Ian Wilmot, has died. He was 79. Dolly was the first mammal to be cloned from an adult cell. Her birth paved the way for widespread advances in stem cell research. That's the BBC News for Wales.
BBC Radio Wales Travel.
And hello, good evening. My name is Johnny Ratner with your very latest travel news. Worth noting, to the northeast of Newport, the Chepstow Road stretch of the A48 still closed in both directions. Been the case since the end of last week as you head through Langston. Those emergency repair works are still taking place after that water main burst just north of the M4. Although once you get onto the motorway, flowing freely. Looking at my live Traffic Wales cameras this evening, both west and east. Worth noting, if you're heading for the trains, buses continue to replace Transport for Wales services between Pontypridd and Treherbert, and trains are still not stopping at Quakers Yard, with Transport for Wales running a replacement bus service between Machynlleth and Pwllheli. And for now, that's the very latest for you from BBC Radio Wales Travel.
BBC Radio Wales weather.
Well, tonight a band of cloud and rain will gradually spread in from the northwest of Wales, reaching the southeast of the country by dawn. Overnight lows between 12 and 14 Celsius in the north of Wales, 15 to 17 Celsius in the south. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy and wet early on. However, as the day progresses, extensive sunshine will develop from the northwest, leaving all areas dry and sunny by the late to mid-afternoon. Top temperatures in Wales for Tuesday, 15 to 19 Celsius. That's the forecast.
Your team for Welsh Sport. BBC Radio Wales Sport.
Yes, good evening. Welcome back to the show. Half-time in Wales's crucial Euro 2024 qualifier in Latvia, and loads of chances for Rob Page's men to grab some early goals.
after the June jitters. Wales really need to bounce back in some style tonight. A game so important for their qualification hopes and the future of Rob Page, the manager too. We are underway. Johnson's in behind the defence. Can he score? No, he's put a left-footed shot wide. Nico Williams now plays it back inside to Amadou. Amadou thought about shooting. Throws it to Wilson. He does shoot. Takes a deflection. Dribbles. And it's easy for Ozols to collect.
Yeah, good play again though, wasn't it?
Davis on the overlap. Williams crosses right-footed in. Header, the goalkeeper saves. And what a 50th cap that would have been if Conor Roberts had put the header a little bit wider.
But just before the half-hour mark, the breakthrough as Ramsey delivers from the spot.
The Wales captain hits it right-footed and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Rambo rattles it in Riga, and it's Latvia 0, Wales 1, and Rob Page will lead the celebrations.
Rambo draws first blood.
This is BBC Radio Wales Sport with Ian Hunt.
He certainly did. It was his 21st goal for Wales, his 100th senior career goal tonight. Aaron Ramsey. He only scored one goal all last season. He's already got 3 goals overall for club and country this season. It is Wales leading by a goal to nil at half-time in Riga. They're currently 3 points behind the top 2. With Croatia earlier going top of Group D ahead of Turkey on goal difference with a 1-0 win in Armenia. They stay 3rd in the group. We'll be back with our commentary team in just a few moments for the second half. In other football news, the Juventus midfielder Paul Pogba, news coming out this evening about him being provisionally suspended from playing because of an anti-doping offence. If he's found guilty of doping, he could face a ban of between 2 and 4 years. You can read more about that story on the BBC Sport website. Let's go to the Rugby World Cup then, and the Wales squad who've travelled to Nice ahead of Saturday's second pool game with Portugal, and the players given a much needed day off after that bruising battle with Fiji in Bordeaux last night, where Wales made a record 253 tackles. Centres George North and Nick Tonkins have been describing just how tough it was to play in.
Tough to describe that one. Sometimes I felt like I had a target over my back. So ran over me about 2 times. And I think so did Semi Majrada as well. That is a quality Fijian side, and with all the good that we did, I think at times we can look back at that and some of the stupid things we did and count ourselves lucky. But there's a lot of stuff we can look at and take confidence from and cut out the stupid stuff, and I think we'll be good. So, but yeah, there is a lot of credit that should go to them, and the way they fought and their carry was unbelievable. So it was a good game. Not not enjoyable to play in. Well, my body's going to feel it tomorrow, but yeah, it's good.
Always start with the positives. I think the result was huge for us. I think we needed to get a big start, and we certainly got that. We got to pick that apart very quickly. So we play Portugal Saturday now, and we got a lot to work on. In spells we were very good, applied lots of pressure, put them in the right areas, just didn't execute those opportunities, and our discipline, and so I've really got them back in the game. And that team like Fiji, you can't give them an opportunity because they will take it, and the form they come into this World Cup in is incredible. They're an incredible outfit, and we're chuffed to get that result, but we've got to be on our money very quickly now.
Much more reaction on the BBC Sport website, including the latest Scrum 5 podcast with the former Wales internationals James Hook, Josh Navidi and Nicky Robinson. Portugal-Wales live on a mammoth Saturday here on Radio Wales Sport, where we'll also have the small matter of the first South Wales derby of the season as Cardiff face Swansea. That's for Saturday then, Rob. That's South Wales match in Cardiff, but tonight it's all about Wales, and can they get a crucial win over Latvia this evening to boost their Euro 2024 qualification hopes. You are with Radio Wales, 5 Sports Extra and BBC Sounds, both teams back out for the second half, so let's rejoin Ian Walsh, Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips for the second half.
Thanks very much, welcome back, both teams out. I don't want to mention this or not, I will. Wales have only lost one game when Aaron Ramsey has scored. That was in 2013 away to Macedonia, 2-1, and he scored from the penalty spot. But let's leave that lie, shall we? And it's 1-0 here, thanks to that Aaron Ramsey goal, coming of age for goals for Wales. as Wales play from left to right this time. Wilson sizes up a shot from 25 yards, took a deflection.
Why not?
Out for a corner. Nathan Blake alongside me.
That's what I like to see, Rob. So he said, nice fast start. Second half. Get on top of them again. Kill that momentum they had at the end of the first half.
Ramsey trots across to the Wales left to take this corner right-footed. Big men are up from the back. Roden, Mepham and Davis. Ampadu as well. Johnson's the one white shirt in the 6-yard box. Wilson, Williams and James are loitering on the edge of the penalty area. Ramsey takes it short to Johnson. Plays it back to Williams. Now Wilson. Wilson wide to Ramsey again. Tries to pick out a cross. Deflected though.
Stayed in as well.
And it stayed in for Savalnieks. But Wales have won it back with Ampadu. Now Wilson is forward. Giving Nico Williams an awful lot to do.
Yeah, just take care of that pass.
Yeah, he overhit it, didn't he, on that left side.
Yeah, they're all out of position.
Davis fires it up to Wilson, to Williams again. Holds it up on that left touchline and wins another corner. So Wales have Ward in goal. Roberts earning his 50th cap at right wing back. Williams at left wing back. Mepham, Roden, Davis. James, Jordan James that is, and Ampadu in the heart of midfield. Wilson and Ramsey behind Johnson. Latvia is the rhythmic chant from the crowd as Wilson takes this corner this time. Headed out. Williams heads it back into the penalty area. Probably got a height advantage over Wales, but James picks up the ball on this near side and then puts it out. No change in the Latvian side either. Ozil's beaten for the penalty. Savalnieks, Dubra, Chanomic and Sijanic at the back. Tobas and Emsis in midfield. Jounsens, Krollis and Ivanieks with Uldrichs up front. Wales win the ball back again, left to right, all in white. Looking to build more goals. Ampadu, don't think Williams was expecting that. Clip forward to the outside of his right foot. Emsis tries to get Latvia out of their defensive position. Not going anywhere yet. Toba's almost caught by Jordan James, but he managed to squeeze it away. And here's Ikanieks. Ikanieks allowed to go a long way. Wide to the left hand side, cross into the middle, over and out by Sijanic.
It's just too flat, wasn't it? Too straight. Just trying to put a bit of bend on it with that left foot in the insteps. But Sijanic just came straight off his foot, no bend on it. But again,
there's a flag up on the left hand side. Right.
Substitution, yeah.
And I think it's Aaron Ramsey who's making way. Now he's running off. That can only be an injury which will worry Cardiff City fans ahead of the South Wales derby on Saturday. David Brooks is on and Aaron Ramsey's night is over. Less than 4 minutes into the second half. Nathan Blake.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on that and see if the medical staff go with him. He's sitting on the bench. Strange to come out second half for 3 or 4 minutes and then go straight off. That was very strange.
We'll bring in Ian Walsh.
He didn't seem, well, he ran off. He didn't limp off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not quite sure what's going on there.
Well, we were wondering at half time whether there wouldn't be a place for David Brooks. Everybody well aware of the battles that he's fought to get back to club football and Welsh football. And Wales are all the better with him around. And he'll look to make an impact here in the absence of the captain. Big challenge on that far side. Referee waves play on as ball is cleared away by Jordan James. There's a booking for somebody on that far side, I think.
Yeah, there's another player down. Latvian playing this time. Being He's in considerable pain, Rob.
It's Nico Williams who's been booked. That means he will miss Wales's next game, which is at home to Croatia. They actually have a friendly against Gibraltar at the racecourse on October the 11th. But the big game is Sunday, October the 15th, home to Croatia, who are leading the group tonight after a crushing win over Latvia on Friday and a 1-0 win in Armenia team time today.
He must have missed that, and Williams must have left someone emphasis or something, but
he was
down.
He was in a heap off the edge of play. But the real intrigue is over Aaron Ramsey. Ian Walsh is with us, former Wales striker. It surely has to be some sort of injury worry, doesn't it?
It does, Rob. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. I wish I had binoculars.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spy.
But he's sat behind the subs. He's not gone down the dressing room for treatment or whatever.
I haven't seen any of the medical staff tending to him.
So we'll go back to Ian Walsh in a moment. As Roden has possession. Wales really need to build more goals. Williams inside his own half. They've got to be patient though, because Latvia showed their teeth towards the end of that first half. He has. Jordan James really good. Wilson now down the left hand side. Williams overlapping. Williams keeps the ball in, drives it back, headed out. James heads it down on her, just outside the box. Chance for Brooks, lays it on for Johnson. Johnson shoots, keeper saves, awkward angle, Wales corner.
It's just not his night tonight, is it? Good play again. Brooks kept it alive. Good play down the left hand side. Brennan Johnson just used his body, gets his shot away, but again it's blocked by the keeper.
It's not what I'd call a profligate miss, that one. Corner goes in and headed wide again. Another half a chance. Ian Walsh, chance for you to say something.
Yeah, no, it was just going back to the Ramsey situation more than anything, Rob. I think that unfortunately that's what you get with Aaron over his career. He knows his own body, and I think that he's just pulled or twinged something that he knows that if he carries on it would make it worse and he'd be out for a lot longer. So obviously the experience that he's got most probably is just he's felt something, doesn't want to make it worse, and obviously he's had to go off. But you're just looking for leadership now out there when your skipper has gone off. As good as he is, they're just looking for a bit of leadership to drive the team forward.
Ben Davies has the captain's armband. Thank you, Ian. Was captain against South Korea on Thursday, of course. On the left side of that defence, he's gone tumbling then as the ball is played forward, but too strong for Jownsems.
Wilson or Brooks need to become that link player now, Rob. Aaron was just floating around in between midfield, and Brennan Johnson wasn't really playing left or right, so he's just floating around, causing havoc.
James sees the run of Wilson, just killed it a little bit too strongly. Dubra is back there, back to his goalkeeper Ozols. Ozols scoops it right-footed. There's an offside flag up on the far side. Wales playing from left to right towards the vocal section of the Latvian fans. I suppose you call them their ultras. On this really smart little stadium. It's got a bit of character about it, this stadium, I think. Roberts, right hand side for Wales. Johnson comes across just outside the Latvia penalty area, turns against his man.
Oh wow.
Runs into Dubra, no foul.
So once you get it past him like that, I think he nutmegged him.
He's complaining to the linesman that maybe that should have been a free kick. Ochinas is the referee. Oh, lovely ball from James into Brennan Johnson. Awkward chance, pulls it wide. Right side of the penalty area. Not really an angle on. Tried to drill it inside the far post, but pulled wide. He has missed some chances tonight.
I'm more impressed with Jordan James and the balls he's been threading through into strikers all evening. Another fantastic ball. This time Brennan, the angle's difficult. He's just losing a bit of confidence there. Normally he takes that on and, you know, makes headway towards the goal and then pulls the trigger. Awfully difficult effort from there. Definitely need to get this second goal, you feel.
Yeah, one is not enough. And a 1-1 draw with all the mood music around could be really damaging for Rob Page, the Wales manager, under severe pressure to get a result here. And that doesn't mean an away draw at the bottom side in the Group D. Headed down by Mepham, collected by James. Ampadu powers through the middle towards the penalty area. Shoots right-footed, took a deflection again, did it? Yeah, it did. It's another Wales corner. They've had 4 in this second half. They're missing their captain now. Wilson comes across, lauded by the Wales fans in this right-hand corner on the near side. Connor Roberts, earning his 50th cap for Wales, has gone short. Wilson, I think he's encouraging David Brooks to come short now. Instead, into the penalty area, headed away, and there's a flag up anyway for some sort of infringement. And you have to say that when it comes to set pieces, Nathan Blake, Sean Omrodzic and Kasper Dubra have been pretty dominant in the air.
They have, yeah. Where we say we missed that Kiefer Moore figure. It's just a threat. They're confident they can win the ball in the air.
It's a good header on. And a long-range shot which Ward, well, he was scrambling to get across to from Crowley's, who, as I said, plays his football in Spezia in Italy. It was speculative, but Danny Ward was almost thought he was panicking then.
Yeah, he did. A long way out, Rob.
You really wouldn't expect him to be beaten by that.
Oh, it's got to be a foul. That's a naughty one as well. That's a naughty one.
I think that's Savalniek's going to be booked. It is. Second booking. Along with Nico Williams, or third actually if you count Chris Gunter. He's not playing Chris Gunter, he's on the bench. But the referee is all seeing. And he's happy dishing out cards in the country where the Christmas tree was claimed first. 1-0 Wales on Radio Wales Sport and 5 Sport Extra. You'll say it, Nathan, the Latvian fans don't give up, do they?
No, they've been brilliant.
Keep going.
Fair play to them. Created a really good atmosphere. It's a tidy little ground. Just goes to show you don't need 40,000 to create a good atmosphere. It's always nicer, but yeah, okay.
Danny Ward showing his confidence there.
Yeah.
By showing it to Crowless and then taking it away from him in his own 6-yard box. Brooks now of Bournemouth threads the ball through to Johnson. Johnson wide of Roberts. Brooks has gone on a run in behind. Roberts holds it up, finds James. James short to Ampadu. Looks to the ball
three
inside.
of you, one of you make the run.
Yeah,
Ethan. Really good partnership developed between Ethan Ampadu and Jordan James on the same page. I felt Brooks should have made the run first there. He's the first man, he stood and waited for it. And Brennan Johnson behind him. And Connor Roberts behind him. All three of them just stood. It's actually a really clever little ball in behind again.
And while it stays at 1-0, Latvia are very much still in this. Vatterberg in Portugal, they're 5-0 down. It's 1-0 here. Aaron Ramsey, who's since left the field. which will get the Cardiff manager Errol Bullitt slightly concerned. With the derby on Saturday night on BBC Radio Wales Sport. 7:45 kickoff. Latvia have a corner, raided down the right hand side. Attempted block by Nico Williams. And they are dangerous at set pieces where their aerial ability comes into its own. There is no room for Wales to slip.
You see Rob Page just giving Brooksy some information. I think he's going to be saying that link the play, don't stay wide, just travel all over the park.
Corner from the Latvia right. Mepham gets the first header away, and it's a foul on the edge of the Welsh penalty area by Ikanyiks. Yanis Ikanyiks, whose brother Davis Ikanyiks is on the bench tonight. So Wales have got to step it up, Nathan Blake. It's gone all a little bit quiet now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone a bit too, we're 1-0 up and we're in easy street, but as we said, Rob, need a convincing win out of this game.
Roberts
takes the pressure off everybody.
Made a stealthy run down the right hand side, and Ward's found it. If he keeps it in, he does, into the penalty area. Wilson sets it up on the far side for Williams and overhits it and goes out for a goal kick. Tried to set it up on the far side, thought he might pull the trigger himself.
Yeah, Connor Roberts was just on the ground after an injury. He's brilliant at buying fouls.
He just jogged forward, and then when he could see the space,
he was limping, and then started sprinting.
We had a great view.
Great ball in as well.
Yeah.
He's half volleyed it with his laces. Really good ball. Again, Wilson just overhit the pass. Wales really need to make more of these opportunities.
50th cap for Roberts. Only Joe Roden and Daniel James missing tonight with injury, have played more games under Robert Page than him. This is his 30th. He's a regular in Robert Page's side. Get the views of Ian Walsh, the former Wales striker, in a moment, as Latvia take their time working the ball out from a defensive position. Emsis out to the right side to Savalnieks, infield, cut out by the Wales defence. James is trying to stop Ikanyiks, but a little darting run out to the far side. Then it's and then Ikanyiks. That's a really bad one on Jordan James.
That's his second time.
That's off.
He's going.
I can hear Ian Walsh say that's off. I think the referee has pulled a yellow card out, but we shall see. I wonder whether VAR, the Wales players are really gathering around Michael Ochinas of Slovakia. James had stepped in there, and Ikanyiks just waited for him to go on his side and just carved straight through him on his ankle. Now, what is the referee going to do about this? He's got a yellow card in his hand as he walks to Yanis Ikanyiks, and it is a yellow card. And the boos are coming from the Wales fans. Ian Walsh.
He's lucky, Rob. I think he was higher than the ankle, actually. He's lost possession and he's just lashed out. We're seeing it. It's on the left. That is a nasty, nasty challenge. It's up towards the left knee. He could have put him out for the season with that.
I think the VAR have intervened here. The VAR, Alejandro Di Paolo is looking at this. Now we can see it it was high. It was high on the knee, not on his ankle.
Challenge.
He could be going for this Ikanyiks, and Wales could be playing against 10 men.
I mean, his attitude afterwards was a shake of the right hand as if to say, get up, you've not been touched.
Referee is looking at the screen on the far side.
Look at the intent in his face, Rob.
Yeah, and the ball is well away, and it was up around the knee. He's surely got to go for that.
Yeah, he has to go. The referee's got it. That's one of them that puts you out for a long time. I don't even like looking at that. He's got to go.
Ikanyiks is right on our side of the field, and the referee, he couldn't be further away from the referee. He is the furthest player away.
And then treated with treated it with disdain, Rob. It's almost as if to say, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Get up, you dive in.
I think he's having the benefit of Connor Roberts' wisdom as well. I can imagine that's not a meeting of minds. He's trying to explain to Connor Roberts, but I don't think he's buying it.
Rob, can I come in there?
Walshy.
Yeah, just a quickie. That he's very, very lucky there, John James, that his standing leg wasn't on the ground. It's just off the ground when he gets caught. So if that was standing, that could have been a leg break, a knee dislocation, call it what you want. That's a disgraceful challenge.
Yeah, you won't hear me say this often, Rob, but I hope he gets sent off. I really do. I got a burn in my stomach. I'm thinking to myself, he needs to get sent off, because that attitude in his face, the shake of the right hand afterwards.
It's been a review.
Yeah, he's off. Gotta be.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's staying as a yellow. The Wales players are looking absolutely
perplexed.
aghast at that.
Can't believe it. It's almost, if you're the referee, you're almost saying then you have to cause serious injury. If he doesn't get up and he gets carried off on a stretcher, then I might consider sending him off. That's a disgraceful decision.
Go on, Ian.
No, that's a joke. Absolute joke refereeing. You talk about standards and what, with all the little intricate rules in football now, what you can and you can't do, and you something as obvious as that, and you're not off the pitch. That's a disgrace.
Yeah, the intent was in his face, Walshy.
Yeah,
before.
you're spot on, Blakey.
Yeah, and then the total disdain for the foul with the right hand wave as if to say, get up, I've not touched you. Wow.
Now how will that fire up Wales? This is Brooks on the right hand side, attacks the byline, tries to go around the counter, goes to the ground, keeps it in on the deck. Connor Roberts is there as well, fired out for a throw in.
Really clever play, wasn't it?
How did Brooks do that on the ground?
It's the sort of challenge, Rob, right, that causes ructions in the crowd, and because Welsh fans will be saying should have been a sending off. You get players now, retribution comes into it,
and they could go off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, controversy here in Riga. I know we work for BBC Radio Wales, and you might say, well, you would say that, wouldn't you? But
no, it's what else do you want to see?
Yeah.
Does he need to take the kid out? He's a young kid. You need to take him out and put him out for a year to get red carded. It's dangerous, there's intent, it's high, it's reckless, ticks every box.
We're midway through the second half, it's 1 Wales, and there are those who doubt whether 1-0 will be enough for Rob Page even to keep his job. And things like that can change games. Wales need more goals in the final quarter of this encounter in Riga on BBC Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra.
So you can get yellow carded for backchatting on the bench, and then you get a yellow card for something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
Wales spread it wide to Roberts. Has to wait for the ball to come down, but his chest control is good, and he's got Brooks roving forward down this right hand side. Brooks cuts inside. Will he run to the edge of the box? Took a deflection off 2 Latvian players, shot for handball. Referee unimpressed again. I think they were shouting for a handball off Chiganits, but nothing given. It's going to be oh, wait a minute. I know, I wonder why Connor Roberts is taking his time. Here he goes then. Roberts with a long throw into the box. Bounces past everybody. Big whistle from the referee. It's going to be a Latvian free kick. Just got to be a bit more
savvy.
Yeah, that's exactly the word I was looking for. How come you always know the word I need?
Because, like unison, like 2 peas in a pod. Ebony, ivory. We got it wrong.
I've never been called Nathan Blake, mind.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yeah, quite. Danny Ward, so far a quiet night, though. One vital save just before half-time as Roberts has it down the right side. Brooks straight back to Mepham, his Bournemouth teammate. Exchanges passes with James. Just trying to tempt Latvia out of shape. Brooks has made a dart down the right side.
That's good.
And then that's a poor ball from Roberts, who curses himself. And I wonder whether it's time for a substitution. Maybe to freshen things up again. Wales have lost Aaron Ramsey. Oh, it looked like a foul throw as well, but that's never given these days.
Saganic seems like he's been charged with following Brooks wherever he goes. Don't foul.
The crowd is... it was a high one on Ampadu, 6,646 I think I saw on the board then. 6,464. And I would say a good 4,000 are from Wales.
Probably, Rob, yeah.
Now Ampadu is having treatment.
It's for a clash of heads.
Yeah. And Ian Walsh, let's bring you in here. What do Wales have to do to step it up now?
Well,
I think more goals.
I think the shout from the manager to Brooks was interesting earlier when there was a break of play, because he's not doing the Ramsey job. Brooks likes to hover out the right hand side, and he's a very intelligent player. So for me, it's just down the right hand side where Wales are getting the best opportunities. So I think Roberts and Brooks are the key to creating chances. And that's what I would be trying to insisting on, getting the ball out to that right hand side.
You can isolate that, can't you, Walshy, and start to get Harry Wilson floating then and doing what Ramsey was doing, because Brooks clearly wants to come down this right, cut inside on his left foot and unleash one.
Yeah, and I think the other thing with the lad up front, Brennan Johnson, he's not getting involved in the game at all in the second half. He's had the opportunity. I'd keep him on because he's a threat, he's a danger.
Yeah, I wonder whether they might have thought about Nathan Broadhead, who's in decent form for Ipswich. Scored a beauty against Cardiff a couple of weeks ago.
Broadhead and Matondo, both quick, both cause problems.
3 goals for Ipswich this season.
Yeah, he's in decent form, Rob.
Yeah, Matondo would be interesting. Ampadu is waiting to come back on. He looks as if he's okay. Roberts towards Johnson, round the corner ball, but doesn't find its target, which is David Brooks. Kept in by the very fortunate Ikaunieks, who had a yellow rather than a VAR from a red from a VAR check for a naughty foul on Jordan James.
I just get the feeling that this game has just fallen into a bit of a lull. The fans are keeping the atmosphere going, but the football's not been the best last 10 minutes.
No. And there's a break down the right hand side, cross into the box though, and that was easy from Jounsems, easy for Danny Ward. He plays in Poland as Jounsems. And Ward is in no hurry to get things going, but I'm sure Rob Page knows that he needs more goals out there. This is Ikaunieks again, booed by the Wales fans in our stand. Turns away from James and Roberts. Tobers, little shimmy to Lather, crossing from the far side, and there's a header by Tobers, the captain, which goes up rather than in, and now Wales will have to deal with another crossing, this time from the left hand side, headed out. Wilson tries to pick it up, darts past his man Harry Wilson, and then he gets pulled up. Surely that's not his foul, is it?
I thought the lad slipped. There's going to be a little bit of contact, but I didn't think he pulled him back.
Yeah.
Thought he went to go one side and went the other.
Emphasis has won the free kick. More pressure on Wales.
While the game is 1-0, Rob, I have to say it's going to take one opportunity. Wales are going to have to, for me, they're going to need a second goal.
Yeah.
Second goal silences this crowd, or dampens it down a little. Yeah. You get the feeling they'll still stay and sing for their team, but it's 1-0, they're in it.
We're into the last 15 minutes. Deep free kick, headed up in the air. Wales have got the chance to come away with it with Roberts. Brooks is flying down this right-hand side. Roberts looks at the crossfield. It's a heck of a ball. Out to Williams on the left. Wilson wants it in his path. Wilson gets it inside left possession. Moves central. Shoots left-footed. Drills it against the defender. Balloons up in the air and out for a Wales corner. Can't see any movement on the Wales bench. There are a couple of subs warming up on the far side, but with no real intent at the moment, as Wilson sizes up this corner on the left hand side. Curls it in, easily cleared. Roberts will get across to that left side to get there first. James is there. Roberts is caught just after the ball has gone then. Cursory wave from Townsend, who was the culprit. Says get up. They're a bit beefier than the Wales players, aren't they, some of these Latvians?
It's not about beef, Rob. Just leaving your foot in, leaving your body in at times when there's no need.
Here's Nico Williams again. Cuts inside on his right, but tries it. Keeper spills it, but was right behind it and collected at the second attempt.
Great strike. Really good strike. Right foot, it cut inside. It's all at 30 yards away.
Wilson rushing back. Gives away another free kick.
That's Wilson. No Harry, babyface assassin I call him.
Yeah, he's got that edge to him.
Yeah, he's one of them. He will leave some on you, especially if he's done his teammate.
Nepham's being backed into, but holds his ground. Ampadu looks at a way out with Wilson. Wilson's caught after the ball had gone. Free kick. Tobers is gonna, Emsis is gonna get a booking. But it's all slowing down the momentum, Ian Walsh, on the Wales play. All these stoppages.
Yeah, very much so. And I think you could be careful. You might get a sending off. I think the referee, since that decision not to send off the Latvian player, has just lost a bit of control here in terms of little challenges and what's going on. So the Welsh lads, you know, it hasn't been a night for scoring goals. They've just got to keep their discipline. If they walk away from this with 1-0, then they have to take that. Not the best 1-0 in the world, but they've got to keep their discipline now.
Yeah, he is charged down the left side, brushed over. And Wales will have a free kick. Tobers is Emsis is being spoken to.
He's in danger of losing control of this game.
Yeah, he is. Ben Davis as well. Shows how confusing the yellow card incident was, because on the score app that I use, it was down as a red, so they were obviously convinced.
Yeah.
Now being corrected. 4 Latvian players booked, 1 Wales player on the score sheet, captain Aaron Ramsey, but left us on 49 minutes. Wales need more goals, leading 1-0. Wilson with the free kick from the left touchline into the Latvia penalty area. Header across goal. And always curling just high and wide from Ampadu. He stooped to get that header in.
Yeah, it was a diving header. Come at him so quickly though, he couldn't get control of it.
Approaching the last 10 minutes on Radio Wales and 5 Sport Extra. It's 1-0 Wales. But this is not a comfortable night for Rob Page. And it may not be a comfortable week if it's only 1 at the end. So he's got to make a change now just to add a bit of impetus.
Yeah, probably looking to change Brennan Johnson, Rob, like you said.
Here's Johnson. Portugal have 7 against Luxembourg. Diogo Jota's got the 7. Poor pass from Roberts again. There's a Latvian player down in the Wales half. Didn't see what happened there. Wales have to
I think it's a head injury, Rob.
hold up again. Yeah, that's fair enough. Ian Walsh, would you make any changes now?
Well, it's going to be difficult for Robbie Page to take off a £45 million player, isn't it? That would be the only worry for me. But I'm not so sure, Rob. I'm not so sure it's about the performance or individual players. I just think we haven't scored enough goals. You know, we talk about Aaron Ramsey saying that, yeah, we've got goal scorers. There are goals in the team. But for me, there's no natural goal scorer in there. And that's our problem.
Former Wales striker Ian Walsh. Expert view. Nathan Blake alongside me. As Wales build again. Helav and Hadai. Rendition of. Happening now. Brooks, centre field. 15 yards from the Latvian penalty area. Tried to squeeze it out of Williams. Took a deflection. Didn't go where it was intended. Ampadu's header is picked up by Brooks. So good turn. Runs into traffic. Wilson gets there first though on the loose ball. Thought about going left, instead goes right to Connor Roberts. Johnson in the penalty area. This time Williams, goalkeeper saves Brooks, and it bounced up and he clipped it over the top of the goalkeeper, stranded.
You're not going to get a better chance than that, Rob, I'm afraid. It's a great ball. Connor Roberts, a couple of overs. I think it's Brennan Johnson. That's just what you want it. Rolling on your right foot. You're all of 7 yards out. Just to keep it to beat. Again, another opportunity passed up by Wales.
Honestly, these missed chances could be costing Robert Page's job.
It could well indeed.
They've been...
Still time though. There'll be a fair bit of time added on for the VAR check and the head injury. A couple of Latvian subs in the offing. This time Ben Davis gives the ball away to Emsis.
Latvia draw.
And then Ethan Amadou slides in to win it back and can't find Brennan Johnson. He's with the pass on the deck and he slams the grass in frustration as Johnson was in space and ready to turn. Tobers playing a deep roll across to Chenomwich. Williams gets there first to cut out the through ball. There are 7 minutes plus added time to go. 1-0 Wales. Aaron Ramsey from the penalty spot, his 21st goal. Roberts now still moving forward. Little slip. It is a bit slippery on top. A few players have slipped on this surface. Good interplay by James and Ampadu on halfway.
Yeah, seem to have found a little partnership there, haven't they, Rob?
Williams taken out off the ball as he went to chase Harry Wilson's through ball. That was Savalnik's, who has been booked. Williams has stayed down. Referee is on the scene.
He's almost reluctant to give a red card, Rob.
Yeah. He's got a holiday planned in Riga. Now there's a substitute has been called over by Rob Page. I think that's Tom Bradshaw of Millwall. It's a free kick to Wales on the left side. Latvia poised to make a couple of substitutions. Free kick is going to happen first though with Wilson. Wilson takes it from that left touch line. Again, it's dealt with by the Latvian defence. And a shot more in hope than expectation by Nico Williams. Robert Uldrikis is coming off for Latvia to be replaced by Marko Regza. So Enriquez makes way, and Alvis Jaunzend is off for Edvards Daskevich, who's a winger stroke midfield player, has played his football in Norway. Here comes Ikaunieks. Wales are slipping and sliding. Ikaunieks shoots.
It's wide, Rob. It's wide. The side net.
Everybody stood
the side net, Rob.
It hit the side netting. And the linesman's flag goes up. The people in front of us, I must admit, I had a few thoughts. Thought that one was in.
No, I just seen it nestling behind the goal.
How ironic that would have been, and what a twist that would have been. And change for Wales. Brennan Johnson's night is over, and it's Tom Bradshaw coming on for Wales. Yeah. Bradshaw immediately trying to make a nuisance of himself. Whoa, that's the highest one of the night. And it bounces on the roof opposite, and it's gone over. It's not over the car park, it's on the roof opposite us. That one from Kaspars Dubra. 8 now for Portugal against Luxembourg. Iceland leading Bosnia-Herzegovina by a 1-0. They're struggling in their group as well. One of the other heroes of 2016, as Wales win another corner. They just need to give this scoreline a bit more of a convincing look, Nathan Blake, because they've dominated the game very much.
Absolutely. That's what the stats will say, Rob. On the scoreline, 1-0.
Wilson corner from the left. Goes short to Nico Williams. Wilson goes deeper. Has to go back to Jordan James. Still white shirts in the middle, but they go across field. Mepham now centre field. Not sure much there was much thought about that corner, but he's found Nico Williams on the far side. And thanks to the tackle from the substitute Daskevich, it's a Latvia throw. All I assume will be on the fourth official within about 2 minutes here on Radio L Sport and 5 Sport Extra, and of course BBC Sounds. Latvia looking for the one goal that will give them a point. Cross into the Wales box. Ikaunieks thought about shooting, but his pathway was blocked. Blocked by Connor Roberts then as well is Daskevich. This time the cross is there. It's over the head of everyone. Williams will get to it first on the far side. And Williams goes tumbling again. That's going to be another yellow card. This time for the captain, Tobas, who trots off. It's been a bit rough house out there, second half, Nathan Blake.
Very, Rob, very. Surprised we haven't seen a red card. It does make you wonder what is the point of VAR.
We'll ask him. Is he the one next door to us there?
No, he's just...
he's got big red VAR on his screen. Ward takes the free kick. Headed out for a Wales throw. 1-0 will be the win that Rob Page requires after just 1 in 13, but will it be enough to convince his bosses to keep faith with him for the tougher games to go?
7 minutes.
7 minutes of added time. 2 goals and Wales will be in 7th heaven. It only takes a second, as Brian Clough used to say. Ozils clears away from his own byline. Header forward, picked up by Wilson. Wilson helps her out towards Bradshaw. Runs into traffic though. Emsis on the right touchline. 9-0 now for Portugal. Ian Walsh, what are your thoughts now with a few minutes of added time to go? Nathan Blake, what are your thoughts of the few minutes of added time
Try and get a second goal. Still keep pushing, Rob. Since Ramsey's gone off, the game has lost its pattern for Wales of how they were playing. For saying that, they're still able to create chances. And for me, should be walking away from this game at least three goals to the good.
So I want you to do something impossible, Nathan Blake, and be in the mind of Noel Mooney, the FAW Chief Executive. If you were him, what would you be thinking on the back of this performance?
Listen, Rob, I just think with all the talk that's going on, I don't think you get success. I think if the past 10 years have shown you anything, it's when you're all going in the same direction. No one's talking about anybody. There's no one, briefing against anybody. We're all going in the same direction. Together as one is the slogan, right?
Together stronger, yeah.
Together stronger. And, that's just not where Wales are at the moment. And it's really sad to see. You've got to think, a better team than this in 2018 missed out on the World Cup because, for me, there was ructions in the camp at board or managerial board level. So, they should have learned a lesson from that.
Ian Walsh, what are your thoughts? Chris Mepham gets a yellow. He was playing head tennis by himself and then led with an elbow. I wonder whether VAR will have a look at that as well.
we can see that here, Rob, and the lad that did the tackle on James, he's coming up and telling the referee, there was elbow there. I tell you what, that guy's lucky that people like Terry Yorath and Brian Flynn and people like that are not still playing, because I don't think he'd have lasted the game. But going back to the more important point, look, it's 1-0 if it stays like this, okay, and it's 3 points in the bag. If you haven't got the players to put the ball in the back of the net, that's all it's missed tonight, really. As Blakey said there quite rightly, this could have been 3-4 goals to the good quite easily if we'd been able to finish them off. So it's not about the managers, it's just about individual players not being quite good enough on the night. That's all it is. And I think you just have to leave Page in there until the outcome of this qualification and see what happens then. I think it's a bit harsh. It would be a bit harsh for anybody to look at his future at this point after a 1-0 win away from home at international football.
To be sacked because players miss chances, Rob. There's nothing you can do about that if you're Rob Page, right?
No.
That's for players to stick the ball in the net.
So while you were talking then, Ian Walsh, Ben Davies was called over by Michael Achinas, the referee, as was Tobas, the Latvian captain, Christos Tobas. And I think he was saying just to calm your players down. But what I would say is, if he'd send off the Cognacs, I'm not sure he'd have all this problem.
Spot on, Rob. He's made a rod for his own back, the referee.
This is a Cognacs with a free kick. Wales head gets to it, Ward comes for it and collects.
That's better, Danny.
Huge cheer from the red wall. Slap on the backside from Connor Roberts while Ward poses on the deck. But that was a good take, and that relieved all the pressure, Nathan Blake.
Absolutely, that's what you want to see from the keeper, Rob. Last minute or last 3 or 4 minutes, dangerous situation, and yes, rightly so, the fans sing his name, because I think the fans accept, well, we missed a lot of chances, but we're going to win the game. As long as you win the game, Rob, that's all that really matters. You can, whether you score 4 goals or 5 goals or 1 goal, you still get 3 points. And like I said, Rob Page can't do anything about players who miss chances. I'd be more inclined to think, if I'm Rob Page, I need to put my arm around Brennan Johnson and just, tell him, forget about it, don't worry about it, just get your mind right for next time.
We shall see, still time. Latvia launch it forward. Nepham was beaten in the air. It's picked up by Roberts. Roberts hammers it for Bradshaw to chase. Ball in midfield. Wales are a bit all over the place at the moment, a bit out of shape, as Amadou and Jordan James drop back to a more defensive roles. Good header by Roden though, as Wilson collects on the far side. Can he keep it in? He can, Harry Wilson. Now here's a chance for Wales. Wilson, Brooks steaming into the box. Goal. David Brooks! 2-0 Wales! The Welsh bench opposite erupt in delight, and Brooks has made it a lot more convincing now. The second goal has been a long time coming, but it might just preserve Rob Page in his job. It's Latvia 0, Wales 2.
Absolutely fantastic, Rob. So pleased for that man Brooks, and what a finish. Great run down the left hand side by Harry Wilson, lovely ball in behind. David Brooks times his run perfectly, and you think, go on, drive it across the keeper. No. Lovely bit of subtle footwork, and just lifts it over the keeper into the far corner. Beautiful finish, and deserved, Rob. As we said, 3-4 goals, they should have won this game. 2, I'll take it all day.
Ian Walsh, what a lovely composed finish by David Brooks.
Yeah, and that's what we've been missing. That's all it's been. That you could see that natural ability, doesn't panic, knows exactly what he's got in his mind, and he just accomplishes it really, really well. And that's what you talk. That's natural goal scoring for you in a place where other players have lost their heads tonight. He's kept his cool, Brooks, and obviously now 3 points in the bag.
Brooks is back with his first goal for Wales since November 2020. We know the struggles he's been through. They've been well documented. The cancer battle that David Brooks has fought, but he has announced his return in emphatic style. And my word, won't Rob Page be a happier man on the back of that? And isn't it funny how things turn out? Aaron Ramsey had to go off, and on went the second Wales goal scorer, David Brooks. And it could be a raucous night in Riga tonight. Ethan Amadou sees the goalkeeper off his line, tried it from well inside his own half, and it just went a few yards wide. Now that would have really capped the night.
We've got Welsh fans doing the conga here, Rob, down in front of us.
Well, what this does mean is that Wales are on level points with Armenia. The Welsh players jump in delight. Rob Page gets hugged by his coaching staff. Will that be enough to convince the bosses at the FA of Wales to allow their under pressure manager to continue? There have been doubters, but this was a dominant performance which lacked only the goals that the display deserved. Captain Aaron Ramsey led by example with an exemplary display before the break and scored the penalty. Then David Brooks had to wait and wait after Wales had huffed and puffed and they'd lost their skipper to deliver the second goal. It gives the scoreline a far better look, and Rob Page is surely a relieved man in Riga. It's finished. Latvia 0, Wales 2.
Yeah, big hugs between all of the players, a big hug between Aaron Ramsey, the first goal scorer, and the manager, under so much pressure going into this game tonight, Rob Page. And as Nathan was saying, Wales fans doing the conga around the bottom of the stands there, celebrating a win, a first win since they beat the same opponents back in March at the Cardiff City Stadium. They do the double over Latvia to revive their hopes, maybe, of reaching Germany next year and playing at a third successive European Championship final. We're just seeing a shot of Rob Page there, who gives Chris Mepham a hug. A little word for him. You wonder what he'll say to Brennan Johnson, who we're now seeing on our screen. He's got a smile on his face, despite missing all those chances tonight. And they're going over to the corner of the ground to salute a section of the travelling support there. Aaron Ramsey telling everyone to come over as well to join in with that. We'll try and bring you reaction before we go off air at 10 o'clock here on BBC Radio Wales. But let's get some more thoughts as we watch these pictures and Nathan Blake, you see the scenes in front of you. Nathan Blake and Ian Walsh with me. I don't know, maybe David Brooks has kept Rob Page in a job. You were talking about it towards the end there, but 2-0 obviously looks much better than 1. I mean, can you get rid of Rob Page off the back of that?
No, you can't. Of course you can't. That would be ridiculous for anybody to think that would be the case at the moment. What I just liked about that, it wasn't, if you score the goals, then it's a far more convincing. You can count a couple of chances that Latvia had that they might have got on the score sheet, but they were quite isolated opportunities for them. But what I liked about Brooks, the difference, cool, calculated and ruthless in that final third. He was calm, knew exactly what he was doing, and that's all the other players needed really from the start, and it would have been a lot easier on the eye. But and all credit to all those Welsh fans, who are travelling there. That's fantastic for them to get there in their numbers to support the lads. Even though Wales have been going through a poor stretch of games, but when you're talking, there's no way now that you can consider anything but allow Pagey to keep going and see what the outcome of this group is. The players are developing. Everybody talks about this word transition, and of course that's right. There's some good talent there. Clean sheet, that's another important thing for the Welsh team. A clean sheet away from home international football. So all in all, not perfect, but as Blakey and I said during commentary, he can't go out there and shoot and strike the ball for his strikers. The strikers have got to put the ball in the back of the net, and if they did that, it would have been far easier. But all in all, it's 3 points. Let's get on with the next game.
He wishes he could have got out there.
Ian, there was a poignant moment then while she was talking. Rob Page and David Brooks, a huge hug between the two of them. Let's not forget, David Brooks has been nurtured by Robert Page in the under-21s. He was the one who took David Brooks, who was coveted by England at the time, who actually went to play in the Toulon tournament for England, but always promised Rob Page he would come back. But he was certainly wanted by England. He took him after a training session with the under-21s to meet Chris Coleman at the Vale Hotel, and then Rob Page knew once he'd met Cookie, that was him. He was Welsh. Because he's an Anglo, of course, although his mother is from Llandudno, if I remember rightly, and that was him sewn up for Wales. And again, as I referred to in the commentary, we all know the difficulties that David Brooks has come through to seal this win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great story, Nathan, isn't it? I mean, it's his first goal, as Rob was saying, since November 2020, first goal since recovering from cancer. Just last weekend, he got his first Premier League goal, so what a fortnight it's been for David Brooks. I mean, it reminds us, doesn't it, that a few years ago we were talking about Brooks, I think, as being the next big star, really. Never mind Brennan Johnson, it was Brooks. It was all about Brooks.
Yeah, absolutely. I said earlier, we talked about Conor Roberts. That's what happens. Every 2 or 3 years another player comes through and is the special one, or is deemed to be the special one. Brooksy, I'm just so pleased for him to have gone through what he's gone through and come out the other side. Probably had moments in his life where he's thinking, this is it, it's all over. But to see him here and to see him back playing football, Premier League, scoring goals for his country, it's just fantastic, especially when you get scenes like this. Welsh fans in all 4 corners of the ground and opposite us also, just bouncing, shirts off, swinging them around their heads, singing David Brooks' name. It's a wonderful moment for the lads.
I don't know if I've seen that before, where the away fans are in 4 different sections of the ground. It's quite amazing, isn't it? And I don't know where the Latvian fans were, because we haven't seen them. We've just seen all those pockets of Welsh fans in their red shirts, and I think we just saw the Wales players all pretty much in one penalty area, in no rush to leave the pitch after that 2-0 win there. And this is where it leaves them then. This is Group D tonight at the end of all of that. Croatia are top after their win in Armenia earlier on goal difference ahead of Turkey. They've both got 10 points, and Armenia still third on goal difference ahead of Wales, but Wales have drawn level onto 7 points with them now, and Latvia still bottom on 0 points. So Ian and Nathan, in terms of qualification now, 3 games to go, 3 points behind the top 2. How are we feeling about it?
Well, it's how you would want it. it's worked out. It's not worked out with the Armenia result, but if you're Rob Page, Rob and I were discussing this last night. If you're Rob Page, what you want is the two toughest games at home give you the best opportunity of qualifying, and they've got that now. They've got Turkey at home, Croatia at home, and Armenia away. So it's not in your hands, so to speak, but if you're going to have an opportunity, if you need a chance, you're not going to get much better than that. You're not going to want it any other way, really and truly. So it's still there. It's still possible. You never know. We've seen a 1 or 2 surprise results. So, hey, let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope.
Yeah, and I think I agree with Blakey there that, when you look at the 3 games left, people underestimate Armenia. I think that's been the problem. They've played particularly well. But as you say, you never know. If you can target Turkey, I think, out of the 3 sides, just get results. And if for whatever reason we can play the last game at home to Turkey, and maybe the winner of that match will finish in second place. That's the best that we can hope for, but let's not get carried away with ourselves. It's slowly building bricks again now. I think it's another starting point from this performance, and obviously three massive and 3 difficult games to come between now and the end of the qualification.
Do you think, and Rob, come in on this as well, do you think that Wales maybe just need Croatia to run away with the group now so that they focus on second place, for Turkey to get beaten in their games? They've got Croatia away. You'd want Croatia to win that one. They've got then Latvia at home, so okay, they probably win that one. But you probably want Croatia to take this group now, and all the focus is on second spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more importantly, you need Wales in form again, because whatever happens in this group, they're virtually guaranteed a playoff place anyway. But more importantly, that if they can get out of the group in the as top 2, well, that's the job done. And I thought it was a really poignant moment, that the second goal. The doubters. I don't think the doubters, even within the FAW, would have taken a 1-0 win. It just wouldn't have looked good. Now, we were all watching this game, you there, us here. It was one of the most dominant Wales performances we've seen. But I think either Ian or Nathan said, you don't want players missing chances to cost you your job. But ultimately, they could have. But I think it will take a lot now with that second goal. And it shouldn't make that much difference. It's a win is a win is a win. But the second goal has just given it a bit more sweetness about it, and looks a bit more convincing, because let's be honest, Wales had taken their chances. If all the strikers had been as cool as David Brooks on his return, then it could have been 5 or 6, and Rob Page would be in easy street now.
Yeah, all those chances, Nathan and Ian, for Brendan Johnson tonight, just couldn't put one of them away. I mean, as you guys were saying, you can't blame Rob Page for the missed opportunities in front of goal. There's nothing he can do about that. I'm just trying to see it from the other point. What the FAW people may be thinking. And you talked before the game about going for the jugular, putting your foot on Latvia's throats, given how they'd gone on Friday. They conceded 5. Would people be thinking, has Rob Page done enough? Is he doing enough within the game to get more out of the players? Do you see what I mean? To urge them to really go for it and to change things within a match.
Yeah, that's two different questions there. And to change things in a match, and is he urging them to do more? Two different questions. But what can you say? You're always going to have your doubters. Okay, you're going to always have your doubters and your cynics, and that's the problem. And I don't think that's quite fair, and you've got to realise still where we are. We've just lost a world-class player in Gareth Bale, who was a natural finisher, a talisman, and was fantastic, brought everybody together. So when you lose it, so it is a little bit of rebuild. Then you look to the players who can do that for us now. Well, Aaron Ramsey is trying his damnedest to do it.
I just want to hear from David Brooks, the goal scorer this evening. Let's bring him in.